Off chatting with you all about some of the things I've been seeing on the internets. We're here at Tino's Pizza, by the way, watching the shop as he drops his son off, and then we're gonna get some coffee and do some shopping, because as I told you yesterday, Tino's distributor of over 20 plus years, guess what? Out of business. Maine's Food out of business, and we're going to see so many more of these regional businesses declare bankruptcy, go out of business. They can only prop the market up so much, and the reason that I'm waiting back here is because I'm going to pull some wingies out of the oven in a bit. Let's talk Brian Stelter. 42 watching, 3 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up. All right. No, I'm definitely not hungover. But okay. Brian Stelter. So I see this piece by Brian Stelter on OAN. Now, OAN isn't the greatest news source. However, they had the balls to send somebody named Pearson Sharp over to Syria when the supposed chemical attack in Douma had happened. Now, what makes me sick to my stomach about Brian Stelter is his bald-faced lies. Get the pun, because he's got a bald face. It almost looks like the front of his face is bald too. I usually don't like picking on people's physical appearance, but it's Brian Stelter and he deserves every single second of it. And Stelter, let's see if we can put that down right there. Perfect. Stelter sits there and he shows video of the kids that had water poured on them and taken into the hospital, and says there's no evidence that white helmets hoaxed the attack in Douma. Hey Brian, I know you're an authoritative source, but if I ever see you, you don't want to see this guy, because I'm going to put it to you. And you better have some bodyguards. They're not because I'm going to physically harm you, because I'm going to eviscerate you with facts. The fact is, we now have the OPCW documents that prove beyond a reasonable doubt there was no chemical attack in Douma. We knew it. We knew it. Pearson Sharp interviewed one of the children in the videos and his father. That same child did a press conference with Russian officials. So now here's the problem. When those documents come out and the United Nations holds hearings on this, and believe me, I'm no fan of the UN, especially in this situation, all of these people come forward. They say they don't want to be known as whistleblowers. They're not whistleblowers. They did their job. They made a report that showed there was no chemical attack or attack at all in Douma. You know what was real, Brian? You know what cost real lives? Punks like you telling everybody that we need to go into Syria, and then all of a sudden we had to send real missiles in there. How is that not a war crime? How is that not false information? How is that guy still on the air? I'll tell you how. Because you get to a level where the permanent state, the predator class, makes the decisions and props up clowns like that, and nobody challenges them. Well, I'll challenge them, okay? Think about it for a second. You've got United Nations hearings. You've got all the evidence in the world provided by WikiLeaks, provided by the whistleblowers themselves. Prior to the attack in Douma, Trump is going around saying it's time to leave Syria. It's time to get out of Syria. Has he spoken up about this? Did he call out the rest of his administration at the time for lying to him? Like James Mattis? Like Bolton? No, he didn't. No, he did not. And that's what he needs to do, right? If he's really going to drain the swamp and take out the deep state and play 47D chess, that's how you do it. You say, I was wrong. I should not have sent those missiles in here. My cabinet was treasonous towards me. They knew, I didn't. That's how you do it. The American people would respect you so much. So much, Donald. And you don't have to do it from the White House. Hit that Periscope button on that Twitter, right there. Wherever you are, off your phone. Take it to the next level, Donnie. I know that you're quick with a quip on the Twitter. I get it. You like that. But what you really need to do is be like, listen, these guys are completely guilty. We're going to round them up. We're going to put them on trial. And we're going to get out of Syria because we're done with this. Because it's all based in lies. But that's not what's happening. Oh, you want a meatball parm? They're good here. They're good. So on top of that, everybody else is talking about this HR 666 bill. And it just blows my mind that anything with 666 is promoted or even produced. You guys know that the, the first Apple computer was priced at $666.66. So bizarre. It's almost like some of these people think they get power from numerology and symbolism. And that is an aspect of the predator class and their minions that is often overlooked. Thumbs this video up, only 37 thumbs, 131 watching. Let's do it, guys, get them up there. But think about that for a second. HR 666, who could trust that? And why is it that guys like Hitler throughout history thought numerology were real, thought symbolism was real, thought they drew power from those symbols? Many times we see world leaders into weird occultism and druidic rituals. And the reason I say druidic rituals is because that's what goes on in the Bohemian Grove. Okay? They literally say it's druidic rituals. Now, a lot of people have claimed that, oh, well, it has nothing to do with Satanism, Jason. And that's wrong. That's just completely wrong. First of all, the cremation of care is a ritual, an annual ritual about disregarding your conscience, your care, your soul. They make the care into what looks like a Grim Reaper demon. And as I've published, and you can check it out on my Twitter, it might be a little tough to find now that we're a few weeks back on it, but they clearly had somebody playing Satan. So wait a minute, there's nothing to do with Satan, but you put somebody playing Satan in your opening cremation of care ritual. That's the real deal. And it doesn't look like Bohemian Grove's even going to happen here for the first time since 1872, folks. Think about that situation. We already know that the Bilderberg group meeting has been postponed, unless they're really bamboozling us and they just want a real private meeting, and they are going to meet. And if that happens, boy, oh boy, oh boy. There better be a global backlash against that organization like never before. Because you think about that. On their website that they created to placate to people like me and others who were just fed up with the fact that a bunch of globalists and elitists were meeting in secret on behalf of foreign and international interests. Sounds like a violation of the Logan Act to me, if you're in the United States government. Sounds that way to me. But no. They saved the Logan Act for what? For Michael Flynn and Obamagate. And yeah, I get it. Obama ain't great. And yes, Obama, Brennan, Clapper, they all deserve to pay for what they did to the Trump administration even before they were in office and how they tried to derail that. Okay? They absolutely do. Absolutely do. But to think that Obama was the one really calling the shots, who do you think had more power in that administration? Barack Obama or John Brennan? You would be naive to think Barack Obama had more power than John Brennan. Don't see it. Nope, don't see it. And that's what we have to get around, that the presidency is not the ultimate power. It isn't. You know, Trump could have thought he was going in there with a superhero cape and soon found out that's not how it works in Washington. That's not how it works in the world. There are all these people that pull the strings behind the scene. They call themselves elitist. I call them the predator class. And if you watched my video on Eric Schmidt Exposed from a couple of days ago, you would know that and understand these guys brag about how they will facilitate narratives through their mainstream media sources that they rely on, and that they will aggressively prosecute organizations like WikiLeaks who dare to publish the truth about Western governments and their interests. Okay? That's big, right? They admitted that in 2013, had a whole section on WikiLeaks and then the reporting crisis. And then in modern day, again, Donnie Boy, he's got this illegal indictment against Assange. That's what's going on there. They desperately want to take him into a kangaroo court here, even though he's not a United States citizen. And the counterintelligence 2020 to 2022 document, what's it say? You could be a leaktivist. You could be a hacktivist. You could be a public disclosure organization. And now you're Al-Qaeda. Now you're ISIS. Now you're Hezbollah. Now you're Iran. Now you're North Korea. Now you are an enemy of the state. Not for telling lies, not for publishing fake news, but for exposing the predator class and their vicious reality. And that's why I want to come back to Brian Stelter right before I take these wingies out and say, how dare you, Brian? One day a man will confront your little ass and put you in your place and talk about all the brown lives that you caused across the globe. Because who's the real racist, Brian? Huh? Is it somebody who wears a rebel hat and lives in the South? Or is it a punk ass like you that propagates lies for smart bombs in other countries to innocent brown people? I think you know the answer. Thumbs this video up, subscribe, share. Remember, I'm fully demonetized on this platform. If you can give me $5, $10, $15 over on the GoFundMe, I will appreciate it. And big donors, I need you now more than ever, especially when I'm about to make my exodus from this crazy state of New York where they're hiring a 17,000 person contact tracing army. That's a real deal. All right? 2,300 social distancing ambassadors in the city. It's repugnant. And we're going to do a lot of videos today. I promise. We doing it big. I love you guys, and I will see you all on the flip side.